I'll be trading again with pocket option, and on today's video I have something very powerful to show you guys. It's one of my strategies that I've used before and it's still very much powerful. And in today's video I'm going to show you another new method to make use of this strategy. It's a very simple strategy that combined with just two indicators. The first indicator I use is called Bollinger Band, while the second indicator is MACD. And this is the setup of my Bollinger Band. On the period part here, I use it as 6. The deviation here is 1.3. On the star part here, I make use of this color combination. The top color is white, the bottom color is white as well, while the middle color is red. I use this background color right there, and I make sure I take all my line to be on 2 pixels. So that's pretty much all I do. So when you're done, you hit save. And my MACD indicator come with a fast period of 6. The slow period is 19. While the signal period is 6. On the star part here, I make sure I take the MACD line here and the signal line here to 2 pixels. So that's pretty much all you have to do. So when you're done, you hit save. So this is a 2-minute strategy. Don't forget that we are doing this on 2 minutes and also 2-minute candle time frame. I'm also using it on a Japanese candlestick, which is Heineken Ashi candlestick. So that's pretty much the setup of this strategy. So this strategy will work with both OTC market and a regular market, but on today's video I'll be trading OTC mainly on this video. So right now I'll be putting up my concept here up, all right, analyzing the market, and when I get a good moment I'm going to come down and enter a trade, and of course I'm going to show you practically how this strategy works. All right, okay guys, over here I'm finding a good moment which I'm going to enter this trade. Real quick before I start explaining how this works, I'm going to enter this trade real quick. So do not forget guys that we are doing this for 2 minutes. It's very important. 2 minute trade time and 2 minute candle time frame. All right, so the new method I make use of this strategy is how to spot a very important what's it called, position in the market before you enter a trade. All right, so the first thing I confirm before I even make use of the indicator is to confirm my support and resistance level. So as you can see right here, this is my last trade support right here. So let me grab this real quick so that you can actually spot it out for you guys. So over here, this is my last trade support. You can see that when market reach this particular level, it always reverses. The same thing applicable right here. You see that when the market hit this point, they always reverse, and there's something applicable where I actually enter my trade. So when you spot this kind of position in the market, another thing for you to confirm is your indicator. All right, so before you enter a trade, always make sure that you have your MACD both line intersect each other. All right, so and make sure that the MACD is actually below the MACD signal bar here. That's the number one thing. The second thing is to make sure that the candlestick you're placing your trade on is actually a very strong reverse candlestick. All right, so make sure that the candlestick is bridged above the upper line of your Bollinger Band. Is very important. So make sure the candlestick is actually above the upper line of your Bollinger Band. So that's the number one thing. You can show the money on that. All right, that's the number one thing. The second thing is to make sure that you're placing your trade on a very strong candlestick and also on a stable market. As you can see right here, when I place my trade, I make sure that the trade is actually in a very strong candlestick, and you see that even the next candlestick is very stable. There's no choppy candlestick in this position. So when you find this position in the market, you can always go ahead and enter a trade. All right, so before you enter a trade, always make sure that you're spotting the level that the market is. Make sure that you highlight your support level anytime you're going for an up trade, or your resistance level anytime you're going for a down trade. All right, and after then confirm your MACD. The both line is to intersect, and make sure that you're actually below the MACD signal bar here. Make sure that on your Bollinger Band, the candlestick you're placing your trade on is actually above the upper line of the Bollinger Band. I mean, if you're going for an up trade, it's very important. And not only that, make sure that the candlestick is very strong and very stable. All right, before you enter a trade. A very good one there, guys. Let's keep analyzing. But guys, over here I'm finding another good moment for a down trade. So right now I'm going to enter this trade real quick. All right, so anytime you're going for a down trade, the number one thing you need to look at with your indicator is to make sure that your candlestick is actually below the moving average downline here. You know, the other time we have it above the line because you're going for an up trade, but since you're going for a down trade, make sure that the candlestick is actually bridged below the downline of your Bollinger Band. So that's the number one thing. The second thing is to always make sure that you're placing the trade on a very strong candlestick. It's very important. With your MACD line this time around, you need to have it above the signal bar. So another thing for you to look at anytime before you enter a trade with this particular trend, you need to follow the trend in this scenario. There's no level in this particular one. You can see that it's always a trend. We cannot really spot our resistance level, but when market come to this position, you see that it's actually follow the trend. You see the market went up right here, it come down, do the same thing here, then we expect it to come down again. So that's the level I follow for me to enter a trade, as you can see on the money on that. All right, so what I actually look at here is the trend. Over here you see that when the market come down here, it went up, it come down again, it went up, it keep doing that until it reaches certain level and the market reverse again. So I actually follow the level coming down for me to enter a trade. But if you're following level to enter a trade, always make sure that your indicator is also confirming the level before you enter the trade. And another thing, make sure that the candlestick on that level are very stable. You can see the last candlestick right here are very strong and are very stable for me to follow. I easily can predict the direction of the candlestick. All right, I hope you understand. This is another perfect moment, a good one there. Let's keep analyzing. Okay guys, over here I'm finding another good moment for a down trade. I'm going to jump into this trade real quick. All right, this is another similar trade that we took last time. You can see right here, it's actually a trend level. You see that when the market went up here, it come down, it went up again, then it's coming down again. So we're actually following the trend in this particular zone. But most importantly, make sure that your indicator is also confirming it. As you can see, I'm right here. We have our candlestick bridge below the downline of our Bollinger Band. There's something applicable with my MACD. The both line intersect in this position, and I'm having a very strong confirmation of a downtrend right there. So that's the reason why I entered the trade. So guys, let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one. I hope you understand how this works right now. We have like 56 seconds right now to close the trade. So let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one in the next few seconds. All right. So I actually expect this particular trend to reach this level before it reverses. So that's the reason why I entered the trade. You see that when the market went up in this position, it came down right to this level before it actually reversed. So I expect this same trend to reach this particular level. Let me actually spot it out for you guys. So I wanted to reach this particular level before it reverses. And I know that in the next 2 minutes, I'm still going to be on the trend. So that's the reason why I entered the trade. So guys, let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one in the next few seconds. All right, guys, a good one here, guys. We in the money. It's actually a very perfect one. So guys, let's keep analyzing. Okay, guys, over here, I'm finding another downtrend moment. All right, this is actually a perfect moment. I'm going to place the trade on this real quick. All right, this is another trend confirmation. You can see that when the market reaches this particular position, there is a very strong uptrend. And right here, you can see a very perfect reversal. This is when the market reverse. So I expect this trend to reach this particular level before it actually bounces back again. All right, so that's the reason why I place the trade. All right, so with my indicator, the first thing I make sure that my candlestick is actually below the downline of the Bollinger Band is very important. Then I make sure that my MACD intersect each other above the signal bar of the MACD, and the both line is giving me a strong confirmation of a downtrend. All right, so this is what I see for me to enter a trade. So another important thing for you guys to put in mind, always make sure that anytime you're following the trend, make sure that the candlestick that is actually confirming the trend are very stable. Do not enter the trade when you see the candlestick are choppy coming down in the trend. So make sure that if the last few candlestick on that same trend is very stable, you can see the last few candlestick right here are very stable and very easy to follow. All right, so let's make sure you're confirming that before you enter the trade. So guys, let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one. We have like 33 seconds right now. All right. Okay, guys, we have less than 5 seconds. Okay, a good one here, guys. We're in the money on that. As you can see, this is actually a very perfect moment. So I expect this trend to actually hit either this position or this very strong position before it reverses. But it's a very good one there, guys. Let's keep analyzing. Okay, guys, over here I'm finding another good moment. So right now I'm going to enter this trade real quick. All right, this is actually another perfect moment. All right, so this particular trend, I expect it to reach this downline here. Let me actually grab a position, so I expect this particular trend to hit this level before there will be any reversal. All right, and also with my indicator, you see that this candlestick is a very strong one that bridged below the what's it called, Bollinger Band downline here. Not only that, with my MACD, you see that my MACD actually intersect in a very strong overbought condition, and the boat line is actually confirming a downtrend right there. So that's the reason why I entered the trade. So guys, let's wait and see if it's going to be a good one. All right guys, so we have less than 5 seconds. Okay, a good one here guys. Wait a minute on that. Oh yeah, this is where I'm going to end today's video, and I hope you actually understand how this works. This strategy is one of the powerful 2-minute strategy, and I think I've actually made a video a few weeks on this strategy, and most of you actually testify to the effectiveness of the strategy.